Hey, what's up YouTube? Dope as Yola here. Hope you're having a dope day. Welcome back to Storytime. Once again, this is the Adventures of Yola channel. We are family friendly on here, so please refrain from cussing in the comments, in the live chat, talking about explicit stuff, no candy, smoking talk. Appreciate you. Before we get started, leave a like, notification bell, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. It actually works on this channel because we're monetized. This is not the Dope as Yola channel. And if you're new to this channel, guys, I have another channel called the Dope as Yola channel. It's very explicit, all right? That's why I created this channel, so I can be a regular YouTuber, all right? I wanted to see what YouTube's like without being demonetized, age restricted, blocked in other countries, deleted. That's my YouTube life. I don't get paid from YouTube at all. 160 million views. So in case you're new, guys, that's the catch up, the Dope as Yola channel. My name is Thomas. This is the Adventures of Yola channel, and this is Storytime. If you have been watching the Dope as Yola channel for years, this is in season 1. I just wanted to go through, take a story out, and elaborate. I wasn't as good with my words as I am now. I know how to mold and weave you through my brain better than I did 5 years ago. So that's why this story is coming back, guys. This is for everyone out there that loves football, for everyone out there that loves sports, this is the football episode. I'm gonna tell you the exact moment, all right? You know in the beginning of movies, we're like, I remember the first day I ever picked up a guitar, or something stupid, I don't know. This is the first time I ever looked at football and went, I want to do that. My grandpa's a die-hard 49er fan. It was the Niner room. One of the middle rooms was painted gold and red and had nothing but Niner memorabilia in it. And that's where you watch football, okay? Or that's where he tapes his games while he watches the football in the living room. My grandpa likes football, all right? He loved it. Everyone's a Niner fan. My dad's a Redskins fan. My mom's a Bears fan. I grew up in a very weird household. Like, who you like, huh? What team you gonna be? I walked in from playing with my friend Russell right down the street on 6th Street in Merced, California at my grandma Dolores's. I walk in, it's Niners versus the Packers. I walk in and I just see this guy who I know now is Brett Favre, throws this bullet to a guy named Bill Schroeder. I walk in and there's a receiver catching a football in slow-mo with John Madden doing the narration. Commentator, he catching a ball this far off the ground and he brought it in and I went, who is that? He goes, that's the Packers. I go, I like the Packers now. And since I was 4 years old, I have been a Packers fan, all right? I grew up in the Central Valley, home of the Niners and Raiders, as a Packers fan, as a brown kid that doesn't speak Spanish. You know how hard it was? Wearing a Green Bay Packer jersey was the worst day, but the best because we were always so good. You know what I mean? So it was a pros and cons to being a Packer fan in the Valley with Mexican kids. So that's where I fell in love with football, guys. I never played football. I just fell in love with it. I started watching my grandpa. What happened? Started playing soccer, really good at it. My mom tells me, Thomas, you need to play football. You like football. And I told her, Mom, I like soccer. And then what happened? What changed my life? My favorite, if you watch my podcast, you know who my favorite person on earth is. One day, me and my mom, my sister watch a movie called Waterboy. My favorite person on the planet, Adam Sandler. I now am Adam Sandler as a kid. Like, nope. Watched Waterboy, I'm playing football now because that's what Adam Sandler does. I quit soccer that week and joined football. Football was in like 2 months and I still quit soccer because I was like, I don't play soccer no more. So I never went back to soccer. My coach was heartbroken because I was good at soccer and I started football. I only started it because the Waterboy. I wanted to tackle fools. Like the quarterback, Dante from that movie was such a jerk to the Waterboy. Like, I want to play football and tackle fools like you. 20 years later, I'm over here chilling with Dante. That's my homie now. And I brought it up like, yo, you know, you changed my life, right? I was in the 4th grade, you changed my life. Crazy full circle. I got to tell him that later on. If you play football, you know what it is. The first 2 weeks of conditioning. A fat kid, I was not prepared for it. I will pop up those pictures on the screen. My mom took pictures of the first football conditioning day I ever had. There's me with my little generic Packer jersey. I was poor. I just had a green jersey with yellow stripes. You know what I'm saying? So there it is, guys. First day of football, terrible. Oh man, I didn't know if I could make it. I didn't know if I could do the conditioning. I threw up the first day and I'm like, dude, why do I want to run like this? This sucks. Then what happened? I got pads, fell in love. I got pads and realized, oh, you're a tank. Hey Thomas, the tank engine. My coach used to call me the tank engine or Danny DeVito. Shout out to Coach Steve Smith. He used to call me Danny DeVito because I was super small, bro. I didn't know till later he was making fun of me. But yeah, my nickname was Danny DeVito or Thomas the Tank Engine. First year, I was 3rd string. I'm fat. I'm in City League. I weighed 135 pounds. That means I am in JV, but I'm in JV as a 5th grader. JV's usually for like 7th graders. I started football with fools with stubbles, like kids that are just getting puberty. I'm a child. I'm a year back. I'm 10 years old playing with 13-year-olds. What do you think happened? I got pancaked, I got smacked, I got laid out. I was the hitting drill. That was me. Like all the bigger dudes, I was good at hitting, but the starters would crush me. I remember specifically one time getting hit, flattening out in the air and landing on my back. Just thinking, how is this possible? How did he hit me that hard? And after after all that went away, I'd get up and keep playing. First year sucked. I didn't get to play a lot, but when I did play, I was pretty good. I was just too small. I didn't know football that well, so I was third string, man. That's really what happened. That's all. Year number 2, though. Year number 2, I'm all seasoned. I'm about to go into middle school. I think I'm the dopest dude ever because I'm like, oh, no more 5th grade. I'm about to chill with 6th graders. So there's me like, yeah, city league, try out. Boom, first string everything I touch. Like nose guard, center. Well, what happened was I tried out for running back. Shout out to Justin Eastman. He was one of my homies. I did better than Justin on running back tryout. The coach told me, you have the best feet on this team. I go, oh my God, I'm gonna get the football. No way I'm gonna run the ball. And they weighed me and go, you are heavy. You know you're gonna lose weight before the first game. I'm like, dude, I was that kid putting on sweaters and trash bags and running the laps before the game to make weight. That was me. So what happened from, hey man, you have the best feet on this team. You could probably be running back to, you're the center because you're fat. But that's what happened, guys. Even though I did great, I did really, really, really good, and the coach told me, you have the best feet, still the fat kid. So there I am, but I'm starting, all right? I'm now captain of the line. Like, I feel so awesome, dude. Little me, younger than everybody, shorter than everybody, the little fat kid, and I'm over here calling the huddles, knowing all the play. It was cool. So if you haven't watched the football story time, there's, you know, my dad was not around, all right? He was preoccupied with candy. So he would somewhat show up. He showed up to one game and actually got out of the car and watched, because usually he would just sit in the car and do whatever he was doing with whoever he was with. But he actually got out of the car. I could tell he was a little intoxicated or whatever it was. And he sat on the sideline and started screaming every single play, just screaming, cussing. This is a children's game and my dad is on the sideline, scream cussing, not even cussing, yell, screech cussing. Every single time the refs do something that's not in our favor, my dad is going hard. Are you ready for this? I don't know if this has ever happened to you. If it has, leave it in the comments and I'm sorry. The ref blows the whistle, stops the game, walks to the sideline and tells my dad to move. It's like, you cannot be on the sideline anymore. Gave us a penalty, an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty for my dad. He's not even on the team. He rarely shows up. Nobody knows he's my dad because he never shows up. I didn't let anybody know that was my dad until after the game and he came up to me. As soon as the ref went over there, we're all in the huddle like, yo, whose dad is that? And there's me like, shh, not mine. That guy that looks exactly like me, totally not my dad, guys. So there I am. My mom was there. My grandpa was there. My mom was so disappointed. They're not together. They haven't been since I was a kid, but I remember looking at my mom like, she's like, the one time he shows up, huh? The one time he shows up, he gets us a penalty, guys. 15 yards. And I remember as I'm backing up, I'm looking at him like, Dad, are you? Stop. The ref had to go tell him, like, this is a children's game, sir. You have to back up. You cannot cuss or we're going to make you leave. So that's the only game he ever showed up for. We won. I don't care. We won. And that's the same game where first time ever, if you're in sports, never go soft. I don't care if the guy's small or the girl's small. Always go as hard as you can. Kickoff of that very game, on kickoff return, I go and crack full so you can run because I'm fat. I'm running full speed and the person lined up with me is the kicker. The kicker is so little. Have you ever seen Christmas Story? You know, Christmas Story with the bully kids. Remember the brother that beats Ralphie up with the red hair? His little brother with the little paperboy hat? He was that size. The kid was so small. And I remember I'm running full speed like, yo, Thomas, don't kill him. Let up a little bit. My second year of football, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, B, I'm a nice person. I'm like, I don't want to crack this kid that bad. You know, he's a little kid. You can see his ginger little hair. I'm like, oh, you're little. I'm running full speed. I go, I'm like, don't lay into him. Be cool, be cool. This fool dips, cracks me. My snot flies straight out of my helmet, spit. I'm in the air, land on my back. And I remember I'm looking up and I catch my breath. I get up, and I can see my mom laughing at me. like the hyenas from Lion King laughing at me. She might as well be holding her stomach on the ground. And I remember thinking, Mom, you rarely show up too. I don't like you guys today, man. That kicker, middle linebacker, who would you think? I had to play against that kid all day, and all day I ruined him. He hit me so hard, I clicked my teeth together and snot came out. You know, I had a mouth guard and I still feel like my teeth touched. Yeah, cracked me. So just real quick, I know those had nothing to do with the story. Always go hard. Never let up. I don't care if you're winning by 50, score again. All right, guys, this is where everything starts to change. 8th grade. 8th grade comes along. I got okay grades. You know, I grew up poor. My mom tells me, with my stepdad, he finally got a job. He's like, yo, we will pay you if you get A's. Every A you get, I'll give you $100. I'm like, yeah, right. That is our rent. That is never going to happen. You're a liar. I got a 4.0 that quarter just to see, and my mom wasn't lying. She paid me $100 an A, guys. The first time in my life my mom ever did something like that. Even now, I'm like, 100 an A? That's your job. Go get A's. I'm not paying you. That's what I would say. So I'm shocked my mom even did that. From that point on, from the end of 7th grade, after football season, I got 4.0s every semester, every quarter, I mean. And my mom stopped paying me. I told her, it's okay. I just want to get these straight A's. You know what I mean? Like I got like addicted to being 4.0 student over here. Yeah. So the reason I brought that up is because my dad, you know, he's not in my life that much. He shows up when he feels like he needs to show up. So I'm going to hang out with my dad. We still have visitations every weekend. My dad gets on the weekend, but my grandma's watching us. My dad's never there. It's my grandma's house. So I go over there, and one of the few times, I remember this because it was one of the few times I'm playing catch with my dad. I remember throwing it, and as we're throwing, I'm like, I can't believe this fool's here right now. You know what I mean? Like, what? Okay, cool. Cool, man, you're here. We're playing catch, and I'm talking to him, you know. He's like, so, Thomas, like, you're going to the 8th grade, man. Like, you mean high school soon? Like, we're having like a talk. I'm like, yeah, this is crazy. And I'm like, yeah, Dad, I think I'm gonna not play football this year. And he just stops and looks at me. I'm like, what happened? And he's like, what do you mean you're not playing football? And he got like mad at me. And he got mad at me and made me upset. When somebody's mad or talks to me unjustifiably, that nothing in the world makes me more mad. I immediately nutted up on him like, what'd you say? Why do you care? You're never here. Fool, chill. I got mad so fast. Like he looked at me like, why am I even playing here? What are we doing here? You're not playing football. I remember I looked at him like, you're only here because I play football? Like you finally came one time because I play football? Like that's it? And he's like, no, that's not what I meant. I'm like, no. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. And I walked in, I had my mom pick me up. I didn't talk to my dad for like 6 months. I was so mad. Well, to lead into it, there was more that happened right after. I'll do another story time on it, but more happened right after before my mom picked me up. Long story, it's the football episode, all right? So I quit football, 8th grade. Did not play 8th grade because I wanted to get 4.0s. I got 4.0s every single semester, A+ every single class. I thought my school was important, you know? 8th grade class, not important. Didn't know that. I get into 9th grade and immediately stop caring. I don't care anymore. Don't know why. Bad grades. Anyway, 9th grade football. 9th grade football comes along. And what happens? If you play sports from 8th to 9th grade, that summer between, that's training. I get to go to the weight room. I get to go to the weight room with seniors. I'm strong. I'm putting up numbers like these seniors. And they're all looking at me like, who is this kid? And I'm over there, yeah. Shout out to my homie Tunde passed away recently, so it's real weird to say that, but Tunde, first day of football, this fool squatted over 500 pounds as a 8th grader. We didn't even start freshman year. He squatted over 500 pounds and the bar did this. It was bending. I mean, every coach from freshman to senior year rushed to the room and was like, yo, we got a gold mine. Like, this is the NFL star. Put him at running back. I'm sorry, Tunde. I love you, dude. You were the man. You're one of the worst running backs that we ever had. For some reason, dude, like all that power, he just went, and kept getting cracked. But in football practice, he would run us over. I don't know. There was like a disconnect, but he was so strong and so fast. And that was it. Like, wow. This is football. And you know what I mean? You wear your jerseys on game day at school. Like, it was different. I loved 9th grade football, but I also loved candy. And I loved not going to school more than I loved football. Which brings me to my next point, all right? There's a coach. I'm not gonna say his name here as much. I talked about it in the previous story time and I kind of went off on him because I hate that guy. But you know what? Some people are just weird. That's just some people. Now that I'm an adult, I just feel bad for him. Because he's an adult when he did this to me, And that's just weirdo stuff. I would never even hang out with you. You know, when you get older and you think about teachers, like, you're a weirdo. Now that I'm an adult, I would never let you in my house and you're teaching my kids. That's how I think now, so I don't feel as bad. But back then, he didn't like me. The senior football coach hated me. I was the only kid to show up for weightlifting during Christmas break. The only student of any grade lifted. He was the only person there. Like, I came to lift because I wanted to get big, because I wanted to play. I wanted to be good. And he hated me. I don't know what it was, but the senior coach hated me. And I was gonna skip JV and go straight to varsity the next year, 10th grade. I'm good at football. So here it is, from 9th to 10th grade, that summer is when I started game planning on a candy operation with Joe Fish. So what happened? First day of 10th grade starts, guys. The first day, me and this coach get into it heavy. We do not like each other. He's always being sarcastic and passive aggressive to me. I never did nothing wrong, so I didn't get it. I had long hair, and he'd always tell me, you know, girls got long hair, right? He would always say that, why don't you cut it? He had the military haircut. He was a jerk. 10th grade starts. First day, we're supposed to go pick up our jerseys and our pads. I'm the captain of the line, both sides of the line, offense and defense. And for some reason, something snapped in my head that day and I went, I'm not playing football anymore. Like, I'm done. I'm done. Don't want to do this with this guy anymore. Because I knew 10th, 11th, and 12th, that's my coach all 3 years. Like, I'm not going to deal with him. He's barely my sex ed coach. Like, I am not going to have football practice and the guy with the authority to make me run, I'm not giving him that over me. He hated me so much, but he knew how good I was. So he would always like, oh, you're hanging out with those guys, huh? Like with Joe, Anthony, and Ryan, oh, you're hanging out with them? You know what leads that, right? You know what they lead to, right? He would always like, you know, people you're around. Think about who you're around. Cut your hair. He was the worst football coach ever. I hate him. Coach Scheidt from Merced High, I'll say his name, I hate him. Not anymore because it's irrelevant, but back then, hated him. Now, feel bad for him because he's picking on kids in a small town as his career. You know that fool's not happy with his life. So I feel bad for him now that I know because he's probably depressed. Back then, I just thought he was a jerk abusing his authority. So what happens, guys? Anthony Avila comes up to me, Josh Anastasio, Brett Dawkins, like, yo, your number's still waiting, bro. Why didn't you go? I'm like, don't worry, I'm going at lunchtime. I had to go get my paperwork. I didn't go during break. I was avoiding all of my teammates, like, how am I gonna let these fools know that I'm not playing with you anymore? And none of them ate candy. None of my line, my teams, none of them ate candy. I was the only delinquent. They knew who I was chilling with. They knew what I was doing. They knew I was eating candy and they're like, dude, that is not more important than football. Like they were like trying to talk to me, like, Thomas, go get your pads. Coach Scheidt is just asking, where are you? Here comes 6th period. Here comes 7th period. I'm like, all right, here's the decision. If I don't get my pads, I'm out. I didn't tell my mom. I didn't tell my dad. I told no one. No one knew this except for me. I was contemplating it. I met Joe toward the end of 9th grade football. So me and him were already friends. Me and him are already doing delinquent, terrible things. We were 3 weeks away from our candy business at school. Like this was all leading up to me being done. So it's 7th period, guys. I'm looking at the clock. It's like 2:58. Like we get out 3:05. Make your decision, dude. I'm sitting there like, okay. Let's do this. Let's go tell this fool I quit. I leave class and the first person I see is Joe. And Joe's like, yo, I got some candy. I'm like, yeah, let's go. I don't want to go to the class. Like, I don't want to deal with him. Let's just go. I'll put it off. Next day I come, the first person, the first human I see and talk to when I get onto campus, Coach Scheidt walks beeline straight to me. Where you at? Why is your gear still there? I'm like, my pads? Because I don't play for you. Do you play for this school? Are you playing for my team? And I go, hey, good luck. I'm not playing for you. And I went like this, whoop, and I walked around with my backpack straps, didn't even look back. He didn't say a word. He just looked at me like, the look on his face was like, tell this kid you're sorry for being a jerk. I could see on his face, he's like, my reverse psychology didn't work. Oh, crap. He looked at me with like so much regret, like, I could stop this. I could fix this right now, but I'm not gonna do it. I looked at him, I gave him 2 seconds. And I went, all right. Just kept walking. I looked at him, I'm not gonna play for you. And I pointed at him, I'm not playing for you. 1, 2, he didn't say anything, so I went, you had your chance. Well, I would have played right then and there. I would have went right back to the team if he said, Thomas, I'm sorry for always being weird to you. Or Thomas, I'm sorry for going out of my way to be passive aggressive to you. Being a creep, being a weirdo, telling me cut my hair like I'm a girl. Like, this is not the 50s. Like, I don't live in Mississippi. What's going on here? That day, first day prior to school, I don't know what happened. He must have we didn't even have phones. This full group chatted the whole team. Let the whole team know I was not playing no more. Every time we changed classes, every time I went in the hallway that first day that I quit, everybody hit me up. Thomas, what are you doing? Like, coming to lecture me, like, you know how good we are? I'm like, yeah, I know how good we are. I know how good I am. Good luck. Like, I'm good. Done. And I remember every one of them looking at me like, walking away like, my teammates, my offensive line that I eat lunch with, I chill with during break, didn't even talk to me. No, they didn't even talk to me, dude. They avoided me, stopped chilling, just didn't even talk to me. Fast forward, college, I'm selling all them candy and all them hypocrites, every one of them. Taxed them. Ooh, I taxed and skimped all of them. Just to remember all those times you guys were jerks to me over this, and now, oh, now it's cool? Now it's, all right, cool, give me more money. I'm sorry if you just found that out, but yeah, I was taxing people hard that did that to me. Anyway, go back, it's still the same first day, everybody's avoiding me. I go home, I tell my mom, and mom was like, what? It's like, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. And I'm like, thank God. Thank God you're not lecturing me too, dude, because I'm very stubborn. If I say I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna do it. Like, it's not gonna happen whether you lecture me or not. So hearing the lectures is like, bro, this is pointless. So all day I gotta be honest, I was sad. You know when you have those dreams where you accidentally do something horrible and you can't take it back? That's how I felt. Like, the regret was in there all day, seeing everybody get in their pads, walk around with their helmet in their pads because they picked it up like, whew. And then you know what happened? I saw somebody with my number. And that's when I almost shed a tear, bro. Whew, it hit me so hard, that's it. It's over. Sports is gone. And I love football. I love playing football so much. And I remember Coach Scheidt, I was like, do I hate him more than I love football? Yes. Don't want to be around him. He is also the driver's ed teacher. So that means I have to go to him to get my driver's ed. I had a car at 14, I bought it. You guys know that. I was just waiting until I turned 16. I turned 16 in junior year. I'm just sitting there waiting. I didn't get my license until I was 18 years old. I didn't drive all the way through high school because he's the teacher, and I'm not about to let him go, you failed. You failed. Guys, from the day I quit, are you ready? Imagine this. Imagine the type of adult brain that does this versus me. I'm the same guy. I'm a little kid at this time. I pass him in the hallway. Wasted talent. What's up, bro? How you doing? Oh, what's up, dude? Oh, I would just say the horror. We would yell at things at each other like we wanted to shoot each other, but we know we couldn't. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, guy don't play football, he just chills with the delinquents. What's up, bro? How you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm good. How's your record this year? Oh, your line? Good line. And I'd walk by oh, I like your center. He's real good. You know what I mean? Just nitpicking each other, but not out of I love to hate you. It was more I hate you. I hate you. I really hated the man. I saw him every day. And then when I started messing up, doing real bad, doing a bunch of candy stuff, not going to school, almost not graduating, oh, he loved it. He took every opportunity to lay into me in the hallway. Just anything he could say to me, put on a little bit of weight, huh? Damn, this fool hates me. Because I started getting fat in senior year, dude, because I stopped playing sports. It was, but I'll always bring it back. I'll always bring it back to the thing at the end, because I know his kids are around high school right now. They probably more than likely watch my channel. I'm from Merced. A lot of people in Merced know I'm from there. And I always have to say this because he ruined it. Dude, I still have dreams that I'm playing football. I'll wake up so bummed. I'm padding up, walking down the field. I got the ball, and then I wake up. I'm like, dude, that broke my heart. It breaks my heart every time I have one of those dreams and I wake up. A couple months ago, I had a dream I was in the NFL playing. That was my dream as a kid, and I woke up just so heartbroken. So the thing that makes me happy and makes me stoked is knowing that Coach Scheidt is still in Merced at the same job, and I know if I work real hard, I can make his salary in about 3 weeks. So that makes me real stoked, knowing that yeah, you won, but did you? But did you? All the stuff you said I was gonna be a delinquent and live outside for, I'm actually, Forbes, shout out to Forbes for doing the article on me. Thanks, Forbes. Shout out to Coach Scheit for saying that I was gonna live outside and be homeless over this. Guys, if you know what I'm talking about, candy is legal in California, and that's how in the 50s he was. He told me I was gonna be a delinquent outside homeless person because I stopped playing football. All it did was make me have the best job on the planet. I have fans that love everything we do and I love them. This is the best job ever. The best thing I ever did was quit football. Because if I never did, I would have been the college kid going to JC, doing all this, trying to get into university. This dope as Yola thing would have never happened. I would have never sold anything. It would have been a different life. So in the end, Coach Scheit being a jerk to me and doing that stuff to me enough to make me want to quit. So shout out to Coach Scheit for that. Honestly, bro, like, I know you hate me. I don't hate you. I feel bad for you now, but thank you. Thank you for doing that to me. Like, giving me that feeling of, ugh, I don't even want to be around you. I'll find another way. If I never did that, I would have kept playing football. I would have been the football kid. I would have never chilled with Joe and Anthony. None of these stories would be here. I'd probably be off at some university, which is good. That's great. I love the way my life turned out. I like it way more than the football life because football life was fun. I love it. Like I said, it still hurts knowing that I let it go. You know what I'm saying? Because I really, really dedicated my life to it. But it molded and shaped me into something else and shaped me into having this fan base where I can be happy going to work anytime. And it is the best job on the planet. So shout out to Coach Scheit for being like that, for having the attitude like that toward a kid, because you really lit a fire under me to not be you. All right, guys, and before we get out of here, I'm sorry. I know a lot of you probably like, that was mean. What I meant by his salary thing, I'm only saying that to be a jerk. I would never bring that up in real life, but it's like, he would nitpick at me on every single thing, and now it's more like, yo, I make a lot more money than you, and all I do is eat candy and have fun and smile with long hair. So all that stuff, all it did was help me. So thank you very much. If you're in school right now and you have your own personal coach like that, just remember, that's their hometown. They never left, and they think being important is the football coach. So always remember that. And if you're at your hometown, you love playing football, and when it's important and you're a nice person, then it's cool. But if you're a jerk, you're nothing. If you're a jerk, you could be the president and you still suck. Sorry, I know this last like 2-3 minutes turned into how much I don't like that man, but it did shift my life, guys. I would be the football guy. I'd probably be working at, some city job right now, thinking about my old football touchdowns and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, so thank you for not making me Al Bundy, because I love Al Bundy, but Al Bundy's life did not turn out very awesome. Thank you, guys. This is the best job on the planet. I have fun. I can wear whatever hair I want, and I'm okay. So, guys, this has been the football story, the football life. My life is playing football from the start to the finish. Whatever you want to call it, man. I love it. I love it still to this day. I miss it. If you have a sport out there, don't be me. Keep playing. Play until you can't. Because honestly, guys, 3 years ago, I almost went back to college to play football. And I know it sounds crazy. They only needed a certain amount of credits to let me play. And then I thought, these are full-grown men out here, been playing since I stopped. I might die. I might die out here. And then what happened? I got busy and forgot about it. So that's it. I almost went back, but I'm glad I didn't. This is the best job ever. I love doing this. Thank you guys for being here. This is the Adventures of Yola channel, where we get to just vent, talk about crazy things and stories. So thank you for being here. Before you get out of here, do me a favor. Leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We appreciate it. Until next time, guys, I'm Dope as Yola. Have a dope day.